What's up guys, Barry Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today we're still talking about this brand new Mauler hero, Alsa. She just continues to surprise us. We find different ways to use her, and what we're going to do today is talk about strategies to help her stay alive, because as we all know, we've talked about it a bunch, when it comes to her initial ultimate of twirling rocks, this is the most dangerous part about this hero. She curls into a ball, moves to the target tile, deals damage to adjacent enemies, then enters combat stance. That's cool and all, but in the meantime, she's just standing there letting the enemies pound away at her, just destroying her at times if she doesn't have enough survivability, which she usually doesn't in her normal toolkit. It doesn't happen until she enters that combat stance. She consumes 500 energy, casts Vigorous Slam, hits the target, blah blah blah, all the stuff, and then after when she's in that combat stance, aka the second time she uses her ultimate for 500 energy, she rolls away from the attackers afterward, gaining a shield equal to 25% of max HP for 7 seconds, and can only trigger once every 7 seconds. That's why every time she uses her ultimate, if she's getting energy really fast, doesn't always give her a shield. She's also immune to control effects during it, but this is the big thing, is that initial leap in really leaves her vulnerable. So let's show you guys an example and show you guys what we try to do with certain heroes to keep her alive. So fair warning, I have been pushing AFK stages. This is a very tough stage for our current power level, but I wanted to show you guys some of the heroes we've been using right in here and talk about them when it comes to combat. First and foremost, one of the main heroes I find super helpful in the situation is going to be Thoren. Thoren with his Mythic Plus is absolutely key. When the battle starts, he's going to link and pact with an ally behind him, agreeing to take 50% of the damage. That usually ends up pretty well, because a lot of times I don't shove my Thoren right into the enemy's face immediately. I let him take some time going up. The only downside to this right here is after he dies the second time, he's going to sacrifice 85% of her HP to kind of revive again. But again, usually it's the very early rounds that we worry about her surviving. If it does get to that, chances are we've already lost. Another key part that we do right here is going to be the Reinier. So this is pretty interesting. I love swapping because, number one, because we have him at Mythic Plus, the enemies are taking 25% additional damage, which is huge. And then because we have it at plus 10, reduces the position switch allies damage taken by 25%. So that combination means the target we are swapping, in this case the Cassidy back here, is going to take additional damage, and she's going to take 25% less damage. So between these two, that is a solid fit right there. I love how that works out. However, you can go even crazier into the synergies. One thing I've been doing lately is even running my Mythic Plus Nero, because this is really interesting and probably a hero we don't talk about too often. Some of you may or may not know about this hero, depending on if you heard of the Igor strategies in the early game, but usually he does, again, another hero that needs to get to Mythic Plus in order to be useful. However, when he does get his Mythic weapon, which I'm going to show you guys the plus 5 version, he casts his ultimate immediately on the nearest ally without consuming energy at the beginning of battle, just like Aaron does, prioritizing the ally behind himself. And on top of that, when you get plus 5, the spirits that he creates will not lose HP over time until all allies are in spirit form. So what does that mean? Well, his ultimate reads as follows. He casts the spell to protect an ally from a fatal blow, turning them instead into a spirit, restoring their HP by 45% of max HP, and the spirit cannot be attacked and will be defeated when its HP runs out. So getting that plus 5 on it is key, so it doesn't drain health right away. The spirit can only deal 45% plus 5% skill damage of its original damage, while losing an increasing amount of HP every second. This skill prioritizes the weakest ally. Of course, more things happen down here as you get it upgraded, but the important part is it keeps her alive even if she does end up dying. She's only dealing about half of her damage, but it's still kind of cool because, again, as linking it up, and again, the spirits will not lose HP over time until all allies are in spirit form. So that only happens when everybody else is already dead anyway. Usually this strategy works with an Igor, because Igor does an amazing job at outlasting enemies in battle. But when we do jump back into combat here, and I show you guys this setup, when you place Nero on this battlefield, you'll notice the little icon goes above somebody's head. So you usually want to place it on someone behind him as a target. This puts yet another thing on him. And then of course you have a hero that I love using, Aaron. We all know why he's good. He's going to group up the enemies, and I'll show you guys a quick combat. Now again, we're probably going to get our face smashed in because I've really pushed our progression right now. Let's see how this goes. So we'll see the ultimate right there going on to her. We'll see Aaron doing that big vortex, pulling everybody together. Thoren does move forward, and he will have his first death. And you see this other target is taking a lot of damage. She finally jumps in, but it actually jumps to the wrong target here, which is oddly enough. Now, this is the downside of Thoren. I'll show you guys right here. Once Thoren does take more damage, if he ever does, because we have a lot of crowd control on this team where they might not actually get to kill him a second time, but you can see she's just chain casting this ability down the bottom here, keeping them CC'd so there's less damage going out. She finally took out the one random target. Don't know how that really happened, but you can see here it's actually working to our advantage, able to constantly CC. And you can see right here she still has that ultimate from Nero. Even though Nero did go down, she still got it. So if she does die, which right here might be an issue, watch, this is when he's gonna die, sacrifices 85% of her life to revive him. But if she's in this state in a safe location, it's not the worst thing in the world. She will eventually get some shielding too, and it looks like we actually pulled out a victory here, even with her having that Nero buff still active without having to proc or anything. So pretty interesting combinations, if I do say so myself. I really love this combo. Now Niru is a little bit of an overkill in a lot of situations, like you saw right there. If she's not dying, it's kind of a waste right there. We also need to make sure he's placed in a position where she's the one getting swapped. The other thing I do like running is a Carolina. Why? Well, because her ultimate is strong, her mythic plus, it lowers the enemy's magic defense on top of everything else, and she can add to the damage significantly if you don't need to keep the main Alsa alive. So you can see right here they do the swap, and then Carolina in the back row do target this one, which is one of the negatives to this, is Carolina's not hitting the big grouped up target. But eventually she does right there. You can see a ton of damage going out. Alsa's still alive because again she has that double damage reduction setup kind of going on. And we'll take a damage look at the end. A lot of times Carolina does a ton of damage in the setup too, so if you need the extra damage, she's usually one of the best picks that you can use in this setup right there. There is one other hero I want to talk about as well that has some really cool uses, both in Dream Realm with Odie and then in this situation as well. I just don't have them built, and actually I haven't hit a single copy of them just yet. It's a hero we don't talk about much, but it is an S level, Cassidy, because, well, there's a couple really cool things with her. She buffs allies, she does good AoE damage, she has the ability to stun targets, all these things we absolutely love. She does everything. Even when you get to Supreme Plus, she reduces the magic defense of enemy hit by the Running Tide ultimate. So there's a lot of really cool combos on heroes that we don't traditionally look at that now could be very good with Alsa. I've been loving testing this hero. If you guys find more combos that work out well, leave a comment down below. Thumbs up. Make sure we hit that algorithm. We're actually finally hitting back into the algorithm. So thank you guys so much for those who have subscribed, they've been watching the videos, leaving comments, liking the videos. It's actually helped a ton. I don't know if you guys are new to the channel. We had a really bad invalid bug error going on that killed us in the algorithm very early on when AFK Journey launched. And it seems like we're recovering. So I hope you guys are enjoying these. If you want to see any type of specific content, leave a comment down below. I love reading all the comments, and it gives video ideas sometimes that we can have fun with, because as much as I like doing serious gameplay guide type videos, I love having fun, and that's exactly what we did this past weekend with the Reinier Alsa combo. Just absolutely fun to do, and I'll see you guys next time.